New York City's it's it's that time of year. An abbreviated version of that time of year in New York City, but it's a pivotal time. The draft is right here. Free agency foolery is all out there. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go right in it. It's the front office. I'm Eve. That's Sam. Let's do this. Sam, my
Yes, sir.
nerves is shot. My I got a headache. I just came from the most beautiful place on earth,
I saw.
my beloved Haiti. Uh, More specifically, Arcaye. We own a little beach house out there, man, and I got a chance to spend time with the people. But now that I'm back, Sam, I'm annoyed. Why do you think I'm annoyed, Sam?
I'm thinking it has to do with a little bit of Nets Nation and the Twitter buzz that's been surrounding one of James Harden. I think that has to be part of it.
I hate that. I hate that part of being like the new it team, the new on ESPN all day, some gratuitous Kyrie article every other week. Uh, you know, some old Kevin Durant teammate that wants to come back together again and play. It's ridiculous. The most recent joint that people are talking about, and before I say anything, I'm gonna let my partner Sam uh, address it. What do you think about these Kyrie? I mean, these rumors about that KD and Kyrie want to team up with James Harden, and James Harden wants to team up with us.
Um, I'm not. That's not a deal that I'm particularly excited about. Look. I think like it, it would be foolish of me to not say like, oh yeah, he's unbelievably talented and he's been like this stretch he's been on is like semi unprecedented of being basically in like the top three of MVP the last what 5 6 years, and he probably had a couple of years where he could have or should have won one and didn't. But the fit doesn't really make that much sense. Especially like if you told me Kyrie was in the deal, which I think there's no chance of that happening. But if you told me Kyrie was in the deal, then okay, like maybe there's there's
It kind
something.
of makes sense then, right?
Yeah,
But
right. But like we know that like he's like the pulse of the team more than anyone, more than KD is even. So like I mean, there's no. I think that percentage of the chance that Kyrie is in the deal is about 0.0001, and I don't know. I mean, I think the combination of three guys who have like a 40% usage rate or whatever it is, Harden who's now used to this style of legitimately everyone waiting around and then he'll dish off. I don't see that working with Durant and Kyrie who are both pretty ball dominant. And honestly, to be real, as much as I love the Nets pieces, I think the Rockets, if they're opening it up to trading to a bunch of different people, I think they'll probably want more of like a big time asset than just like Levert and Diddy. I think they probably want like more of a getting 3 quarters on the dollar instead of 2 quarters and like a couple of dimes. And so because of that, I don't really see a trade happening, and no, and I would not. I want to be on the record. I already tweeted it recently saying I would not be happy with a Harden deal.
I I don't think this has anything to do with Harden. I think this has everything to do with Fertitta.
Yeah,
Tillman Fertitta is a his businesses depend on people going out. Seafood restaurants, um, and an assortment of other things that all depend on people going out. His money is fucked up right now.
yep,
Right? Not that he's gonna cry broke for for anybody, but Tillman Fertitta is not trying to pay the tax, and he's a tax repeater too. So that dude has basically said, if you could get a trade, we'll send you where you want to go, to his players, because the truth be told, James Harden is the king of Houston. He basically runs all the strip clubs. That's his town. For him to be actively looking for a team to go to, you know what that means? That means the team is they're blowing that team up. Yeah. That means they're saying that they want to start them. No, now, their GM has said, "Oh, we're going to run it back." You're lying. You guys didn't even come close last year. You guys are behind Utah. You guys are behind Denver and both LA teams. Y'all are further away from the championship, and here's the real reason why we're hearing about James Harden and Westbrook being traded. The money that they have is astronomical. Let me read something to you, partner. About the years remaining on this guy James Harden's contract. He is going to be 31 years old. He's the same age as KD, maybe a few months younger.
Yep.
Right? He is going to make $41 million. $41,254,920. In 21-22, when you can't trade him, let's say everything goes wrong. The chemistry is wrong. Kyrie and James are getting into fights at strip clubs. And he's 32. And even when he's in shape, he looks overweight. Now you got to pay him $44,310,840. That $41,310,840. That's crazy. Sam?
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't. It's funny. It also. I have to give a shout out to my dad, who I was on the phone with, and he said it, and he said it well, and he said this just does not seem like a deal that Marks would do, and I agree with him. It does, giving up 4 or 5 guys for Harden to then put 3 guys together who are super ball dominant, who we have no idea if they can play together. I think the Harden Kyrie combo is like a disaster in the making. I think that is like
Sam. When he's 33 years old. And he's gone through more strip clubs than Snoop Dogg, every drug dealer in Houston. He will be making $47,366,760. I don't want to pay that.
No.
What is this team going to be? This is giving Sean Marks no kind of. Wait, let me reel that back in. Okay, it's not just a bad deal on paper because of the money, but the money just tells you what the motivation is for all of this. One, what do we know about the Nets? The Nets do not leak. If they were after a player, the Nets. You wouldn't find out about it through Sean Marks and his boys. It would be the players themselves and their little hangers-on and the strippers they tell at the strip club, "Oh, I'm coming back to your city. I'm getting traded here." That's when shit gets out with the Nets. The Nets do not leak as an organization. This is 100% motivated by the people at the Houston Rockets and Harden himself, because if he gets traded, it's more likely he's getting traded someplace he doesn't want to go.
Yep.
Right? A team that would be really desperate to take on that $47 million when he's 33. And the Nets aren't desperate. The Nets. Are you crazy to think like that the Nets would take their players, the core of this team? Artists are very prideful of their paintings, of what they draw, of what they create when they're doing their art. Sean Marks is very proud of Jarrett Allen, very proud of Karis LeVert, very proud of Spencer Dinwiddie. He didn't necessarily like D'Lo. There's a little things that D'Lo did within the organization that Sean Marks didn't like. It wasn't his guy. It definitely wasn't Kenny Atkinson's guy, so we knew he was on the outs. Now, if Sean Marks trades those guys, he's not trading them for $47 million of maybe you will win a championship. Maybe you might play just enough defense to eke over the line that you're just such a impossible to stop offense. Here's the other part that makes me mad. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. This shit just blowing my mind, Sam.
Keep going. No, you're good.
How horrible of a defense would that be? You mean to tell me you're gonna get rid of you think you're gonna get rid of Jarrett Allen and then replace him with Ibaka? You think you're gonna get Ibaka for less than $15 million? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it would basically have to become a team of minimum guys.
You're not getting Ibaka. All right? You're not getting PJ Tucker to come with Harden. This is retarded. What people, excuse me, I know that's not a word you shouldn't be using. Excuse me, I'm a dinosaur. I'm from a land when people said some fucked up shit, but I know you're not supposed to say that word anymore. Excuse me. Let me apologize now, but you would be very stupid, Sean Marks, to do that. And here's the last reason why you don't do this trade, Sam. Okay? This is the most important reason. If you trade for James Harden and pay the cost that it would take to trade for James Harden, just because of how much money he makes, you're just going to be Joe Harris and G League players. And if you trade for James Harden and it goes wrong, like Kyrie has a terrible injury, him and Durant clash, if any of that happens and it doesn't go right, you have no exit strategy. You're stuck. You traded your picks. You're capped out. You have a contract you cannot trade. Like, I watched Presti Houdini his way out of getting out of Westbrook and CP3, and now he's got an interesting little team that, you know, he could do things with Chris Paul still, but they're gonna get rid of him too, and they get away. They get out of jail card. They don't have to pay an over the hill player supermax money. Now, do you expect Sean Marks to be the guy that saves the Rockets' life? That takes one of the two of Westbrook and James Harden, so that Tillman Fertitta could not reveal that he just does not have the financial wherewithal to play games with the likes of Joe Tsai and what's homie's name out on the Clippers, who's the richest player owner in the league. I should know, he's from the tech world. Ballmer, yes, excuse me. This is crazy that this is even a thought, but it's all over the place, and it just goes to show we have low self-esteem as a fan base sometimes. Okay. Let's play devil's advocate. Give me your starting five if the Nets trade for Harden.
So I guess then, I mean, this is assuming that. So before I answer that, I've been on the little trade machine. This is going to have to involve, because of how good a bunch of the deals are that the Nets currently have. I don't even know how this deal would happen.